I'm going to talk about a business challenge, right? What is the biggest business challenge you've ever had? And then what did you do? Like, what are the thoughts that you have? What did you do to overcome that business challenge?
I think it really is going to go back to feeling fear of failure.
Okay.
And that had to do tremendously with my father. And that was a great challenge for me because I didn't want to fail. So I was trying to figure out everything else that I could do to make it a success. But then I didn't know at the time that fear was holding me back. And that is very challenging because I could have been stuck, you know? And a lot of people think, I do coach people and they come to me and they said, oh, I have this block in business and I can't get ahead. And 9 times out of 10, it has nothing to do with the business, but something that is very personal to them that they haven't fixed from an earlier time.
Wow.
And so sometimes we have to look within in order to work the great things outside of us.
That's amazing. One of the things that the theme that I'm really picked up from you is there is a self-discovery that it seems like you're constantly doing.
Yes.
So what is something that you did, that you went from being able to prove it to living in purpose? What self-discovery, what were the things that got you to see, the things you were thinking, the mindset you had, the fears, the questions, the thoughts, what a lot of us aren't necessarily that self-aware. What was something that got you to that layer to start thinking and feeling that way?
I think the biggest thing that I had the realization of was remember that we are so much more powerful than we think we are. Here's the thing. Every morning when we wake up, we forget. It's like a Control-Alt-Delete, right? So every morning you have to remember that you are so much more than what you see, so much more than what you think, so much more than what others think of you. So when you live in a stage of knowing that you're just a spiritual being having a human experience, and then you become limitless in a way that nothing stops you, only your thinking, and nobody else outside of you can waver you because you're so centered in who you know that you really are.
That's awesome. So one of the things that I think is really interesting is just knowing our value as entrepreneurs, as leaders, as whether you're leading self, leading others, or leading the business. What do you think is, or do you believe is the most valuable thing that Magie Cook brings to this world?
I think the humility is important, and always remember where you came from, but also knowing that you have to put yourself in other people's shoes. You have to listen to them, to understand them in order to create that connection, in order to create that growth, whatever it is, even in your personal life, even if it's a business. So it's part of EQ, emotional intelligence. Being vulnerable enough to accept that, another person is real too, that they're very real and they're very much like you. And being able to listen to them and put yourself in their shoes and see the world how they see it in order to be able to help them. I think that's a gift that every one of us has.